In an unprecedented and dramatic escalation of U.S. Venezuela tensions, U.S. President Donald Trump announced that Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro and his wife, Cilia Flores, were captured by U.S. forces early Saturday after a large-scale strike on Venezuela. The operation marks one of the most significant direct U.S. military actions in Latin America in decades. According to President Trump's statement, U.S. military and law enforcement forces executed a surprise operation in the early hours of January 3, 2026, hitting multiple targets in and around Caracas, including key military sites. Explosions and low-flying aircraft were reported by residents, and at least 7 blasts were heard across the capital. Trump described the assault as successful, with Maduro and Flores taken into custody and flown out of the country. White House officials indicated that the operation involved elite units such as Delta Force and was carefully planned and coordinated. The U.S. Department of Justice has stated that both Maduro and his wife will soon face federal charges on American soil, including narcoterrorism and drug trafficking offenses outlined in a 2020 indictment. Attorney General Pam Bondi said the pair would be brought before a U.S. court. President Trump said no U.S. service members were killed in the operation, though a few were injured. He drew historical parallels to past U.S. interventions and defended the strike as necessary to confront what his administration has long described as a criminal, corrupt regime. The Venezuelan government vehemently rejected the U.S. military action, calling it a blatant violation of international law and Venezuelan sovereignty. Vice President Delcy Rodriguez, speaking on state television, said Venezuelan officials have lost contact with Maduro and Flores and demanded proof of life. The government also accused the U.S. of attempting to seize control of Venezuela's oil and mineral resources. World leaders reacted strongly to the news. Brazil's president condemned the U.S. strikes as crossing an unacceptable line, warning the action threatened regional stability. Mexico, China, Russia, and other nations criticized the military intervention as a dangerous precedent and called for respect for national sovereignty. Some nations, meanwhile, expressed cautious support for removing a long-time authoritarian leader. The state of emergency declared in Venezuela has fueled fears of further unrest. Residents reported explosions, power disruptions, and significant anxiety over what comes next. The U.S. government has urged American citizens in Venezuela to shelter in place as the situation continues to unfold. Nicolás Maduro's capture abruptly ends a 12-year rule marked by economic collapse, hyperinflation, and mass migration. His government had been under heavy international pressure for alleged human rights abuses, electoral fraud, and corruption. Whether this operation leads to a stable transition of power or deeper conflict remains highly uncertain.